So we were walking back from Kala Ghoda Art Festival, which by the way was a really bad day. It was just overall it sucked. The experience was pretty bad. And also because partly it was the last day I could say and everything was super overpriced. As you know, we were walking back home, I started talking about myself, started praising myself, started calling myself, hey, I'm the cutest human on the block. I told her this, like, look around and look at me, aren't I the cutest? She said, अभी ये borderline narcissism नहीं लग रहा है Aditi? I said, what other option do I have? I've lived all my life competing and comparing myself to these fake miserable people online. I told her, अगर हम खुद की तारीफ नहीं करेंगे तो कौन करेगा? By the way, this is the third time I'm trying to record, and there's so much construction in my area that it is unbelievable and unbearable that I need to now find an office place just to sit down and record these beautiful episodes. What's up, you beautiful people? I'm Aditi, and you're listening to Katbamna Aditi. We talk about anything and everything, past, present, and future, and overthink it all. Yes, we do. Today I will be talking about social media world, why we should all be a little bit narcissist, why we should all show a lot of love and more self-respect towards ourselves. I will also talk about toxic workplace stories that I've gone through. I will be talking about office romances, my past experiences living and meeting people in Mumbai overall, and also I will be talking about this lucky girl syndrome that I think is super solid. I think everybody should know about this, and I want to talk more on this in today's episode. Alright, let's begin this episode. Here's my ultimate punchline for narcissism. As long as social media exists, I don't think we can truly be narcissists. We cannot truly be obsessing over ourselves because we are already obsessing over comparing ourselves to other people. Like, we are so self-deprecating at this point कि we start comparing ourselves to others on social media. कि यार, why am I too fat? Why am I not skinny enough? Why is my skin not as glowing as Alia Bhatt? Why don't things work out for me? Why does this girl have to get married to this guy who I've had a crush on for so long? Why do I look this ugly? Like, why can't I be normal for once? The list is endless. When I caught myself saying this, I was like, hello, why don't you speak some kind words to yourself? You deserve some self-respect. I genuinely think everybody should be a little narcissist. Of course, I'm in no way preaching that you should be rude or disgusting towards others. You should draw a line if you think it is starting to hurt somebody else, of course. But what I'm trying to say this is, you gotta show just a little bit of self-love towards yourself out loud. Say it out loud. Just decide and show a little bit of narcissism towards yourself. I'm the prettiest human alive. I'm the luckiest human alive. The universe is conspiring in my favor. I have a strong set of beliefs. I have stronger boundaries. Just no matter who listens to you saying these or how embarrassing it may seem, praise yourself out loud. You are affirming your self-confidence into existence. आप बोल के exist करवा रहे हो. Say it out loud. I think our biggest battle as of right now is with ourselves. हम खुद की ही ले रहे हैं basically with every negative thought and every negative word that comes out of our mind and our mouth. I mean, part of being a mature human is, not comparing your work, your journey to somebody else. Honestly, no finger is barabar, no ungli is barabar in their height and width, and same goes with the journey कि आप किसी का point B या point C आपके point A से comparison नहीं कर सकते हो, right? People are already out there to get you with their harsh words and this trolling happening online, and they look at you as their competition. And so if you even for a second believe in negative crap, it's game over for you. Genuinely game over for you. They are nothing but keyboard ninjas is how I would define it. And you don't have to believe everything that is being told online. That's it. You have to love yourself first. You have to affirm it out loud. I am so cute. Cuteness का कोई अवार्ड होता तो मुझे दुनिया में नंबर 1 मिलता अवार्ड. मैं कितनी फिट हूँ, मेरी स्किन कितनी ग्लोइंग है, मैं बहुत लकी हूँ, मैं बहुत हार्ड वर्किंग हूँ, मेरी काइंडनेस बहुत, आई एम वेरी काइंड, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा, वॉट एवर. Speak it out into existence. So I'm saying I'm giving you the permission to be a narcissist and say the kindest word about yourself out loud. People, for sure, people will be shocked at first. They'll be like, अरे ये तो खुद की ही तारीफ कर रही है. तो बोलो, हाँ तो मैं नहीं करूँगी खुद की तारीफ को तो कौन करेगा? मैं खुद की फेवरेट हूँ. You got to be the biggest supporter and the bestest of the best friend for yourself. Sometimes, it may come across as narcissism to other people, but remember what other side of the coin looks like. For me, it looked like sitting at home, having a negative mindset and a bad outlook for life, believing that I'm not worthy. That was the other side of the coin for me. That will make you simply miserable. Take it from someone who's seen the internet evolve in the past 11 years being a creator. You do not want to talk negatively to yourself in real life or online, period. Just have a great mindset. It all starts with that. Yeah. There are, there's so many incredible affirmations on YouTube. Just pick one, listen to it on repeat, say it out loud, listen to it multiple times a day, and believe in every word that is being spoken. Just believe in it. Have a belief. Stop talking about that. Let me introduce you to this, lucky girl syndrome. If you have not already heard about it, it's having this extreme belief that I'm exceptionally lucky, that everything is going to work out in my favor. And so here I am experimenting. I will share with you guys the results soon. Give me some time. In the meantime, you can read more about this in this book called Luck Factor by Dr. Richard Wiseman, or simply look up Lucky Girl Syndrome on YouTube. Like, I think I've seen one of the best videos that have been created was by Jill's Green, I don't know, GILLZ GUERIN, ऐसे करके कुछ तो भी नाम है लड़की का. She made an incredible video around Lucky Girl Syndrome. Just YouTube search this. Alright, this is a great time to do a plug-in. If you have not already hit the follow button, now is your time to do it. Go follow, leave a review, leave some rating. It will help me reach a wider audience. And of course, as usual, I'm absolutely grateful. I appreciate your time that you're sharing with me right now. Alright, last Monday, I finally got a call back for an interview with a news TV channel, news network, for a role of social media. Funny or not, I did not apply for it, but I think they had my details on their record. I was like, okay, this could be a great start or like great practice to get out there and see what they have to ask, because it's been a while for me. I've been working from home for like 3 years, and so I was like, okay, this is a good start. So first of all, the lady who was interviewing me was not even aware that the interview was happening. And so she fumbled a little bit, and it was a very rocky start, I could say. And then we got into the rhythm of it. She asked me, you gotta listen to this. She asked me how much I scored in my 12th standard. I could not hold it. मैं हंस पड़ी. I cracked up मैं हंस पड़ी like a mad person. Like मेरे को टपली मारनी चाहिए थी किसी ने तब. मैं क्योंकि it took me legit 5 to 10 seconds to catch myself. अरे मैं क्यों हंस रही हूँ? अरे क्या हो रहा है? एक मिनट चुप बैठ, क्या कर रही है? सुन तो से क्या बोलना है? When such silly questions come up na, I don't have the capacity to entertain people. I told her in response, I'm sorry, what has my 12th standard marks got anything to do with this social media role? Can you tell me that? And she did not have an answer. And I was like, okay, you know what? This is how much I scored in 10th. This is how much I scored in 12th. And this is how long it has been since I left my 12th standard. It's been over a decade, by the way. 12th, I graduated 12th in 2011. So it's been more than 13 years, I guess. 12, 13 years. I told her up straight on her face. Long story short, the role was not good, and I was advised to take up an internship with them instead of offering a full time role. So I shrugged. I was like, okay, thank you, walked out. She said I could not take holiday for next 6 months. That's when she'll know that I'm really passionate and serious about my role as a social media person for them. I was like, wow, okay. No, I'm sorry, this is not good for my mental health. You gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, run. Don't walk, run the fuck out of there. It is honestly so bizarre how much pehle to weightage our 10th and 12th scorecards have on our own jobs. I was like, what? Like, I wanted to tell her there was no social media. I genuinely wanted to tell her, shout at her. There was no social media when we were in 12th standard, and yet I have more experience in social media world than your entire career within this company. Yes, I can be salty AF if I really give two fucks about this job. Yes, I could be that petty, okay? Now, anyways, we are talking about job and work. Let's talk about toxic workplace culture, because we are already on this topic and it's funny and I want to share a few stories. Okay, after several attempts of me looking for a job, I'm still a looky aka jobless, and I was reminiscing on my last few years of jobs in the industry and living in Mumbai, and how either I was fucked up mentally and emotionally, and or those places were really toxic. Like, when I say I was fucked up, it just means that I was not maybe mature enough or did not have enough experience to understand the logistics of the workplace and how it works and how the politics works and all of that. And probably I still don't. So I am in a way fucked for life. But good place should not have politics, because agar politics hota hai office workplace culture mein, so that means you have time and you're wasting it on things you should actually, instead of doing things that you should actually do, you're wasting your time on something that you should not have done. And ye problem sirf leadership isme hi, you can point fingers at leaders because they've set this workplace culture. Anyways, leaders lead, followers follow, and they should set example, but aisa ho nahi raha tha. Anyways, my journey started with a startup company. Their business model was sort of like a copy of this American successful business in the field of fashion. Pehle to, it was hilarious because I learned how startup actually function, and I used to be the first one to arrive at that job location. The people, I will tell you, the people working there hated their job. Worst of all the reasons I decided to quit, it was based out in Lower Parel, and as an outsider who didn't have a single clue how to change trains and commute, going via taxi was a legit nightmare. Nobody would at 8:30, 9 o'clock, no taxi will take you to Lower Parel. Take it from me, on a working day, no taxi will take you there. So 3 days, 6 taxis later, I was in 3-hour traffic on a standstill every single day. जाते वक्त 1-1.5 घंटा लगता था, आते वक्त 1-1.5 घंटा लगता था, and we were stuck in traffic. The taxi were not moving. This was like, I calculated approximately, I was in traffic for 6 to 8 hours in a standstill. Imagine I was living my nightmare. I quit on the 3rd day, of course, but it was heck of an experience, and I decided not to go forward with such startups ever again. My next adventure was into the world of television TV channel. This company specifically I was part of hosted some of the most toxic teenagers trapped in adult 24-year-old bodies. At one point there was a fist fight among these two guys because itna dushmani and nafrat tha ek dusre se unko, and in form of jokes, these people would joke and talk about sex and how Google would pronounce a certain sexual term in Hindi, and he would play it out loud in the cabin and everybody could hear it. Like it was the peak of media industry for me. Like ऐसा होता है, like I could not believe it for a second. That was the height of it all. What's what I've learned staying at that place is like toxic people attract toxic people. And I also saw more patterns in how the chain of gossip would spread around from one person to another. And these people, like, they literally, उनकी लाइफ में कुछ हो नहीं रहा है and they wanted to do something about it, and so they would go and ungly in other people's world and they would poke and prod in other people's life. The longer I was there with them, I started to realize I was becoming one of them with the politics and lying and back talking and just it was I hated myself when I looked at myself, like, who am I, what have I become just by hanging out with such people? Your average of 5 people you hang out with. That was the first time when I truly understood the depth of this quote, ki you are the average of 5 people you hang out with. The people who joined along with me on the day of hiring, there were 3 more people. 2 of them left the next day, and the third person, who was on my team, in the marketing team, she left within 3 weeks. Yeah. It was that final day, I had a panic attack. I used to suffer through a lot of anxiety, and that specific day I took my break a little bit longer, probably 5 or 10 minutes longer. Now my toxic manager slash CEO's son slash 17-year-old kid with zero workplace experience called me out in front of 10 people, 10 of my teammates, and called me out very hard. Ki, show me the work. What have you done? Why are you wasting this much time? And next day I said sorry to him and I resigned. Yeah. I only wish I didn't say sorry, because mental health is real, and he would not understand even for a second when you come from such privileged class. Anyways, after being burnt a couple of times, this time around I scored a job in an MNC. This MNC partly made me nervous because I was working with some of the well-seasoned and well-experienced professionals, and partly was very excited, and it was a pretty big company. I chose to keep by myself, and I did not socialize a lot, and thank God I did not. I would curse myself some days that why can't I be more social? Why can't I be like this girl who's super social and butterfly and like would talk with everybody? And I would genuinely like curse myself out loud. People loved to gossip and manipulate, and this has been so far consistent no matter what company you end up in, big or small. But hey, thank God I was so out of the loop that nothing really bothered me. And when you share stuff, that is when people start to manipulate you. So if they don't know anything about you, they can't really have anything to talk about. And that's what exactly happened. It was only recently, I met somebody from that workplace. She was really nice. She invited me over, and she started talking about how she got harassed by somebody, like someone touched her inappropriately at company dinner, and she felt uncomfortable. And that's when I felt so bad for her, and I was like, thank fucking God out loud for saving me, protecting me from all that is nasty out there. Just thank you for making me this conservative and keeping my head down, and काम से काम रखा है मैंने socialize नहीं किया है. Just thank God. Just I don't know, like रब रखा, I don't know मैं क्या बोलूँ. Like I feel so bad for her, and I told her, did you not talk to somebody? You should have talked to somebody, yaar. Why could not she have, like, she was an intern, she could have easily gone and talked to somebody, and she didn't. Yeah, these workplace advances are very real, and women face this almost every other day, and they are sexual harassment क्या बोलेंगे, केसेस एंड रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन सेट इन एवरी कंपनी कि क्या करना चाहिए अगर ऐसा हुआ तो, या क्या करना चाहिए ऐसा हुआ तो. लाइक दे आर लेजिट सेट ऑफ रूल्स, सो नो देम, चूज देम, अंडरस्टैंड देम, प्लीज read them out loud if you have to. I also, wanted to touch bases about office workplace romance. Guys, listen to me. It usually does not work out. If it does, by the way, great, great, happy for you. But if it doesn't, you got to face this person every single day. Remember that. I had a tiny, huge crush on this guy. So he was sitting right across from me, and he responded sort of positively, sort of, okay? And then he ended up getting married. What was I even thinking? Don't do what I did. Listeners, beware. Office romance is a big no-no. But, dil to bachcha hai ji. I know, a crush is a crush. All is fair in love and war. So, here's my honest opinion. Ask him, her out for lunch, brunch, drinks after the office hours. Not during, not around, aas-paas kuch nahi. After office hours seems okay too. It feels okay, yeah. See, life is short. Take that shot, take that chance. And also, a heads up, all these messengers, these chat bots, whatever is out there, Slack या Lark या whatever, Microsoft chat teams में होता है, बीच में जो chatting होती है ना, they are all moderated. I'm pretty sure they are. So just a heads up before you send out anything to anyone. I have honestly, even with this just dating scene in general, I've never ever come across anyone who would ask me out to a date on my face. I would honestly be so turned on, because it takes a lot of courage and guts to ask somebody face to face, hey Aditi, let's grab a coffee sometime. That would be incredible. I might be flattered and I might say yes. That's sexy. That it takes courage. You have the courage. It takes effort. Effort to low. Effort matters. Yeah. Alright, you guys. You've been the sweetest and kindest listeners. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Aditi and you're listening to Kaipan Aditi. Do rate this podcast. Share it with your friends and fam. I will see you in my next one. Until then, bye.